In the past, King and Queen of the Ring, it was such an honor to be in that tournament and to win that tournament.
What do we want to talk about?
I am him! I am him!
Hey, this is the Red Carpet Reign featuring the Turnbuckle King. Got another good one for you guys today. Major announcement that was made. WWE SummerSlam 2 nights will be in Minneapolis starting in 2026. Now, I know this was announced by Triple H yesterday while they were in Saudi Arabia to promote King and Queen of the Ring. But I know there's some people been okay with it, some people haven't. I know I posted something on my community post about it. But the thing about it is this a good idea or is it a bad idea? Fact of the matter is, it could create more matches and create more storylines, because we got to realize something about SummerSlam. SummerSlam has a lot of history behind it. I mean, we got to look at the history. This is a big promotion matches. If we look at history, we had big matches like John Cena and Edge. We had DX versus McMahon's. Then we had a big match like Shawn Michaels and Hogan. When you have matches like that, it does, take up a lot of room. It takes up a lot of space. And we need more space for other storylines and etc. In order to do that, we got to have something at the event, which would be 2 nights. So that would definitely be something that's needed. So I think having 2 nights is good on that end. For that side of it, it will do well as far as that goes. Now, the thing about it is having more matches means more storylines. So with the history of SummerSlam, we know that back then, there was a main event, there were other storylines close to the main event, but we know sometimes the SummerSlam matches took maybe 25 to even close to over 30 minutes for a match, especially a main event match. So that left a lot of matches off the card. And we need big matches that do have their time, whether it's a world title match or not. We need that, or it could be matches of first time big event like I said, Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan. We need matches like that, but a second night would not hurt due to creating storylines for that much. I could say that. Now, that could be one argument about it. I think that would be good for the business to have one more extra night added on, because SummerSlam, as we know, is the biggest party of the summer. It is the second biggest event behind WrestleMania, and that's what WWE promotes it as. So since WrestleMania already has one night turned into 2, now we have SummerSlam 1 night turned into 2. So that could be a good thing for that purpose, because that's a good thing about it. But I will say there's a downside to it too. There is a pro to con to pretty much everything in life. Thing about it is too, when you do that, when you do have 2 nights, it's too much quantity and it takes away substance. That's the way that will go. And I think when it does get to that point, that's something fans are going to notice real quick. And it's going to upset people when it's too much quantity, too many nights, too many matches, sometimes get overstacked matches, and it's going to take away the substance of SummerSlam being the biggest party event, the second biggest event of the year. And it's also going to make things not be so simple. It'll make it more complicated. It'll make it more all over the place. And that's something you don't want either. And I can see that going that route if WWE does not book it correctly. Something like I said, more people are actually upset at the fact that SummerSlam is 2 nights instead of just having one night as shown in history. So that's the thing about that. Another concern I will say too, if you're gonna another, when I say too much quantity takes away substance, I will say as well, it will also ruin WWE's PLE event. What do I mean by that? Remember, we have Bash in Berlin, which is this August, which will be the end of the month, the same month as SummerSlam. And if they're going to run Bash in Berlin, if it's going to be an annual event or one time only, however WWE does it, if you're going to have a 2 night SummerSlam at the beginning of August, and then later in the month, prepare for Bash in Berlin, which would be a few weeks later after SummerSlam, it's going to be too many PLEs in 1 month. You're literally getting 2 matches of SummerSlam, and then now we're getting another PLE, a brand new one at that, Bash in Berlin. That will be another con to why it's not a good idea to have SummerSlam for 2 nights. That's a very, very, very oversaturated PLE stacked up against each other. And I don't want to see that. So if you're going to have SummerSlam for 2 nights, then we need to eliminate Bash in Berlin in August and make it another month, or make it a branded event for Raw and SmackDown, however they want to do it. But do not have that the same month SummerSlam if you're going to have 2 nights. I think that will hurt the product, it'll hurt the quality, and the character storyline. All of that will take effect. It will be affected heavily, and it won't be the same quality as it should be. You know. Now, like I said, another flip side to that, if you want to call flip side, some people are very, you know, one-sided about having it's good or bad. We have to remember Triple H made an announcement. In this announcement that he made recently, he made an announcement of having SummerSlam for being a main event for the King and Queen of the Ring winner, meaning that if they, he said that there was a big announcement. He went and made it now, but what he was saying too, if there's whoever wins the King and Queen of the Ring for each brand or whatever, whoever went for Raw and SmackDown, whoever wins each one, it will come down to as a result of winning, because he wanted to keep the King and Queen of the Ring, legacy and tournament alive, make sure it has meaning to it. They will get a world championship match. One will get whatever title it could be. It could be the WWE Championship or World Championship, or the women's side, WWE Women's Championship, or the Women's World Championship. So since he made that announcement around the same day as SummerSlam having 2 nights may or may not make a difference, because now the winner of the King and Queen of the Ring gets a world championship opportunity similar to the Royal Rumble event. So I know Triple H, he made a very, very good announcement about it, and I'll play it, but I can't play the whole thing due to copyrights from WWE. Let's hear the announcement, what Triple H had to say yesterday about it.
In the past, King and Queen of the Ring, it was such an honor to be in that tournament and to win that tournament on your own, to have that launch you to another place. But I wanted that tournament to kind of stand on its own, and I didn't want to announce this part of it until we got here. But I'll let all of you know that tonight, that the winner of the King of the Ring tournament and the winner of the Queen of the Ring tournament will both go on to receive championship matches with the title of their respective brands. So they will both get world title shots, either WWE or world title, at SummerSlam.
And that's Triple H when he made the announcement at Saudi Arabia regarding whoever wins King and Queen of the Ring, because we was all wondering what's going to happen to the character who that wins each tournament. Will they get a world title shot? Will they get a major push? Whatever the case may be. But I will say this as well, even though Triple H made that announcement, you still don't need SummerSlam for 2 nights, in my opinion. It will be too much quantity, takes away substance. You can still run that concept, which is a great idea by Triple H and WWE management, but you don't need 2 SummerSlam nights to do that. You can have that still in one night. Maybe I think WWE should do for 2 nights. You got to have the matches that make sense. Don't have no throwaway matches. And we see that now with WrestleMania having 2 nights. It's a lot of throwaway matches, and there's time constraints. Look at the AJ Styles versus LA Knight match. Time constraint, no substance. Look at the Usos, brother versus brother, Jimmy versus Jay. Too much quantity takes away. It's no substance in that match. It was a very, very lackluster match. And I have a strange feeling that if you do SummerSlam similar to WrestleMania with the 2 nights, I think similarly it will take away substance and there will be a lot of throwaway matches. And that's something we do not want as fans. And definitely WWE does not want that as a company. So we just got to remember, what you got with this being said with the news, are you guys going to miss SummerSlam being one night for one main event, one night? Are you going to miss the posters of seeing the stuff that we saw throughout history? Because we had a lot of good history with SummerSlam. We had we had SummerSlam 06 great, SummerSlam 05 great, even back to SummerSlam 2002, Brock Lesnar versus Rock for the undisputed championship, the WWE championship, where Brock Lesnar won his first ever WWE championship at SummerSlam event. Will having 2 nights take away substance of that? When Shawn Michaels did the overselling match versus Hulk Hogan, which was so hilarious to this day, is having 2 nights going to take substance away from stuff like that? Or at SummerSlam 06, when Edge and John Cena had a great match and DX had a rivalry with the McMahons, is having 2 nights going to take substance away from that? It possibly could be, but now we have the winner of the King and Queen of the Ring. Now they get an opportunity to main event SummerSlam, because this is how fans are feeling now. They do not want it having been 2 nights. They're very against it, and they think it doesn't make any sense. They have their points, but it could bring some good to WWE. I think what it comes down to booking. It comes down to major storylines. It's going to come down to how well WWE can structure SummerSlam, because this is a big deal. This is the second event, like I said, behind WrestleMania, and you're going to have to treat it as such and give it the proper respect. If you don't do that and book it right, it could be something that fans are upset with, and it could be something that they're going to regret even having for 2 nights, and one of the fans wants to revert back to 1 night and 1 night only. So, we don't want to see that. We want to see good stuff come out, having 2 nights, because it's either you can have people properly finishing that story. That could be ran properly that way. And if it's not ran properly, you're going to hear from fans is boos. So all depends on how WWE is going to handle this. I hope it's handled properly, because we see what AEW is doing with too many pay-per-views, and that's another video for another day. I don't want WWE to go down the same rabbit hole as AEW. But you guys let me know what you think. That's all I have regarding WWE SummerSlam 2 nights in Minneapolis in 2026. You guys let me know what you think. Is it a good idea, or is it a bad idea? Could be over the top or not. Soon 2 videos will pop up for Red Carpet Reign. The first video will be, will Liv Morgan win the Women's Championship? Second video will be WWE NXT Battleground 2024 early predictions. Until then, it is OUT.